All right. Second reaction for the night. And I did not get this into the description because this was super last minute. I will, however, toss this into chats and update it then. After. There we go. This is Russia's anti-drone grenade launcher shotgun. This is just brand new, tossed to me. I don't know a whole lot about it. I could take a couple guesses on how I would do it. I do not know if they are correct, though. So, without further ado, the armorer's bench.
Drones have come to define the war in Ukraine, with both sides making prolific use of them for observation and ordnance delivery. Both sides have struggled to find adequate countermeasures, with everything from fishing nets to anti-drone guns, and from cope cages to complex electronic warfare jammers that disrupt UAV frequencies over larger areas. The threat to individual
$10,000 Chimera would do it better than the Russians. Careful, I might design something.
soldiers has become increasingly serious, with many units resorting to pressing sporting shotguns into service. However, not every combatant can carry a shotgun, and a number of companies, engineers, and fabricators have turned their attention to providing soldiers with a cheap, mass-manufacturable, and effective weapon which can be issued to individual soldiers en masse. In this video, we'll look at one of the efforts from a Russian company called Ingra. Ingra have developed an adapter that converts a GP25 40mm underbarrel grenade launcher into a single-shot 12-gauge shotgun. On the 13th of April, Ingra announced, "Friends, the Ingra company has created a new unparalleled device, Rozhyanka, for the destruction of quadcopters. The testing stage has been completed. Rozhyanka changes the caliber of the underbarrel grenade launcher to fire a 12-gauge hunting cartridge with an effective range of 15 to 30 meters. The tests carried out showed the reliability, safety, and efficiency of the device. We've reached the next stage, which is the production of a pre-production batch for testing by..."
So wait, is the only thing they're doing is converting underbarrel grenade launchers to shotguns? Is that the only thing they're doing? That's not an anti-drone grenade launcher shotgun. That's just a grenade launcher shotgun that you're using to bring down drones. There are actual shotgun shells for grenade launchers. Just use those. First of all, you're going to get a much bigger spread. And second of all, it means you don't have to go through the process of making sure you pull that out and put a real grenade in. What? Don't think for the... Well, then make one of those instead if they don't already have it. If they... If they don't have a grenade launcher shotgun shell, then make one. Don't do this.
By the troops. Our task is to fulfill the troops with the Rozhyanka product in a short time.
It's a metal pipe with a spacer.
Later the same day, they shared their first videos demonstrating the adapter. In the first video, the adapter is shown being loaded with a 12-gauge cartridge and then inserted into a GP25, just as the grenade would be. A second short video shows the adapter being used to shoot down a commercial quadcopter drone.
Does Russia not have an equivalent to the master key? Nope, that's not what I want. it's. Oh well, admit I expect it to blow up just because that's how these things. Use a freaking master key. There's a ton of normal underbarrel shot. I don't know why it finally chose to. Okay. You can get pump action, you can get single shot, you can get some really fancy stuff like the maul over here. This is there's it's not there's magazine fed ones. So instead of 40 millimeter, you get 12 gauge, which is 18.53 millimeter. Yeah. Grenade launcher shotgun shells. There's so many variants that would be so much better than a metal pipe with a spacer. And admittedly, some of them are a metal pipe with a spacer, but some of them aren't. I don't need to do better. Everyone else already has. I thought this was going to be like some kind of innovative, unique thing. And no, it's a metal pipe with a spacer. Oh yeah, the 22 what is it? The Hornet's Nest round. Which you could also argue is better because if you rifle each of the little, I don't know if they are, but if you rifle each of the little holes in it, now when you fire, you're getting a very accurate wall of lead, which, I mean, shotguns don't have the spread video games think they do, but that's still going to be more accurate. I'm having trouble here. I'm having real trouble here processing the fact that their anti-drone grenade launcher is a pipe with a spacer. For taking out a drone, less spread is better. Oh, yes. Especially since you're probably doing it at longer ranges. You're probably doing it at longer ranges than typical, like, quote-unquote, skeet shooting type shotgun use. So having a bunch of rifled 22 long rounds fired out, assuming you're not just going for volume of fire, which you might be, I don't know, that is probably better for actually getting one of them to hit the target. I was warned this was boring. I'm hoping my ranting makes it more entertaining because I can do a metal pipe with a spacer. Do you have any idea how easy it is to do this? You don't even need the grenade launcher.
On their Telegram channel, the company posted a pair of photographs showing targets shot with an adapter at 30 meters. They claim 5mm of penetration, but don't mention the length of the adapter's barrel. From one of the photographs Ingra shared, it appears that the Rozhanka was developed in 3 barrel lengths, estimated to range between 2 and 5 inches in length. On around the 5th of May, the company released a slicker video demonstrating the adapter. The design appears simple, it has interfaces that allow it to be loaded and held in the GP25's barrel. Once inserted, this aligns the cartridge, which is loaded into the adapter's breech, with the GP25's firing pin. To unload the adapter has to be released from the launcher by depressing the grenade release catch. Then the spent case is manually extracted from the adapter and a new cartridge is loaded. The video also shows a rear sight adapter which is fitted to aid aiming the weapon. On the 10th of May, I spoke to one of the company's representatives before the adapter had been launched on the company's website. He explained that it would be available soon and that it would cost around 12,000 rubles, or $130. On the 14th of
You can go to Home Depot and make that for less than $130. No, it doesn't even have an extractor lever. You can go to Home Depot and make that for less than $130. I don't have my arm tracking on, so you can't see me flailing and holding my face. $130 for each of these. Go to Home Depot and you could find a metal pipe and like maybe a PVC or something spacer that you can fit around it. I guarantee you're not spending $130. I I'm not gonna look this up on stream because sometimes they get hit for instructions on constructing yada yada yada. But there is absolutely no way that that costs $130 in materials. Yeah, and 30 meters is not much for what you're doing. What I would do, if we're going the metal pipe route, I would scrap the idea of the grenade launcher entirely. And I would do like 4 pipes. Like seriously, something comes wailing in, you don't want it to carry on momentum and drop a grenade within 5 minutes. Yes. So here's what I would do. I would set up maybe say a 4-barrel pipe launch version with either some kind of sequential firing pin or just a block firing pin that fires all 4 at once. Forget the grenade launcher entirely. Just strap this thing on, preferably with longer barrels, so you've got this like your trigger mechanism probably as close to the magazine as you can get without actually blocking the rocker on AKs to give you a little bit more range. And then you get it so that it's either firing 4 in rapid succession, 4 semi-automatic, or at its absolute cheapest, you're just volley firing. Did we drop? Are we gone? It doesn't say I dropped. I don't have a drop. I don't have a drop listed. Okay. So you're just volleying 4 barrels simultaneously out at the target. At that point, it doesn't matter if each individual barrel is only accurate out to, let's say, 30 meters. You've got 4 times the shot flying in the air in a big spread.
Of May, the adapter was launched on Ingra's website at a lower than expected cost of 9,300 rubles, or $102. The adapter is currently listed as unavailable on Ingra's website, but posts on the company's social media urge interested parties to contact them directly to order. In a video shared on the 13th of May, Ingra...
If this was like being made by the soldiers in the field, I would be much more generous with it. Because this is literally, we don't have any other solution, so we're just scavenging for parts and making these things. The fact this is an officially manufactured thing, when there are so many better options that already exist or that would be just as cheap to make and work better, is just... I said it before, I'll say it again. Doesn't matter what happens, Russia has already lost the war.
Demonstrated the operation of the adapter and also noted that it is compatible with the GP25, GP30 and GP34 pattern grenade launchers. Ingra's website provides some specifications and confirms that the adapter is only available in 1 barrel length, rather than the 3 previously seen. The adapter is 250mm or 9.8 inches long, and weighs in at 340 grams or 12 ounces. The manufacturer states that it has an effective range of between 15 and 35 meters, that's 50 to 115 feet, against a target with a 500mm or 19.6 inch cross section. The adapter can be used with 2 3/4 and 3-inch loads and has a warranty for up to 100 rounds of the Siberia 32 gram number 3 12 gauge, which is Ingra's
100 rounds. $100 rounds. They are only rating these things for 100 rounds. It's a steel pipe. At least I hope it's made out of steel. I have seen homemade pipe shotguns from like the 30s that people still use and are perfectly fine. And it's just a slam fire. It is basically a pipe inside a larger pipe so that it has a continuous direction it goes with a nail for a firing pin. I can't. What did I miss? Thank you very much. Who sent me all that stuff? Rippy, thank you. Holy crap. Thank you very much for the lots of mana. Very appreciated. Thank you. Is it because the blast is so inefficient that's damaging the grenade launcher unit? I don't know. I mean, I'm almost sitting here going, okay, is it like made out of some low iron zinc composite type stuff where it's a super low quality mixture type, barely steel? Might be it's so poorly made that the barrel of the shotgun is getting blown out. Yeah, so it could be made out of non-hardened or improperly hardened steel that's like got zinc and stuff thrown in to make it cheaper and lower the cost even further, in spite of the fact that it should not be $100 to begin with. I mean, I don't own a grenade launcher, but I almost want to go out to Home Depot and buy the materials to make one of these, just to prove it doesn't cost $100 to make one of these. And probably with better quality steel too. Oh my gosh.
recommended load. 2 gram number 3 for up to 100 rounds of the Siberia 32 gram number 3 12 gauge, which is Ingra's recommended load. The adapter comes with instructions, a rear sight adapter, and a small pouch. On the 16th of May, Ingra shared another range video featuring a Russian combatant trying out the adapter against a floating balloon. The adapter is being used in a GP25 mounted on an AKMS with a PBS-1 suppressor. The combatant testing the adapter notes the importance of seating the cartridge fully in the breech and keeping your hands clear of the muzzle in case of accidental discharge.
Oh, you don't say! Grenade launchers in general, I mean, their firing pins are not designed the same way that rifle and shotgun firing pins are. They tend to be bigger and chunkier, which means it has a greater chance of accidentally setting it off.
He suggests having the GP25 on safe to avoid an accidental discharge, hinting that one may have occurred earlier. He also demonstrates using a rod to push the spent cartridge case out of the adapter's breech.
Yeah.
Now the adapters are available, it remains to be seen if and when we'll see them in use in the field with Russian troops. The system is clearly well thought out, simple to manufacture, and potentially fairly effective at under 40 meters. It adapts a readily available infantry weapon to a pressing new role, and may also have some close-quarter anti-personnel applications. It undoubtedly provides the operator with a means of engaging a drone, but it also has drawbacks. The reloading process is comparatively slow, meaning that the user is likely to only have one chance to engage a drone if it's one of the faster FPVs, and is unlikely to otherwise match a conventional shotgun in terms of reload times when firing at drones
Or
engaged
accuracy.
in munitions dropping or observation. It also means that the Grenadier has to choose what to have loaded ready in his GP25 in various situations. The limited availability of underbarrel grenade launchers in general also means that depending on the unit, only one soldier per squad is likely to have the ability to use the adapter. Thanks for watching, guys. This is the first in a series of videos looking at...
Yeah, there's
some
nothing
other
well thought
adapters
out about
that have been...
this. There's nothing well thought out about this. Compared to Assault Shed, this is kind of thought out better. No, the Assault Shed, I say, is still smarter. One moment. Bum, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Okay, allow me to demonstrate a couple things. Now, I'm going to mute. I do not know what music or what these people say, so I'm going to mute these videos. I just want to show you this to make a point. So this is built out of a black pipe from Home Depot, gun accessory from eBay, from Marshlife. And I am going to link the videos, but like I said, I am muting them just in case. Because I don't know if I'm going to get copyright or not. So this is some of these are fancy, some of these are not, but these are the exact same concept. Steel pipes set up as well. We'll get to that, but these are just steel pipe shotguns. These are the exact same concept, but done better. This guy does not list how much it's cost. He might be saying, is he not gonna show the firing? No, he's not gonna show the firing, but this is just a visual example. And it's the exact same concept. You need to decide if you want to use your highly effective and reliable anti-personnel grenades or this, which will destroy a weapon. Yeah. So here's another one. There we go. Here is a 410 Derringer. It's another Home Depot build. Again, it is the exact same concept, but done better. Yeah. And finally, one that I have seen before. This is, as noted last show, rednecks can do some interesting things. Well, it's interesting that you say that. This one I will put the audio on because I've seen this video before.
On the internet, a person can find several examples of homemade slamfire shotguns. They all have one thing in common. They're all single shots. So I decided to make a homemade slamfire shotgun that has a detachable magazine. This magazine holds 8 shotgun shells. Here's my slamfire. In order to get a bullet or shotgun shell into the chamber, you pull this pin in the magazine. The spring in the magazine pushes the shotgun shells up against the bottom of the barrel. When you move the barrel forward, in each case the process is to load the first shotgun shell. So, to fire it, you just aim and slam it rearward. Works pretty good. When you move it forward, that ejects a spent shotgun shell and starts the process of loading another shotgun shell. If you have the time, the tools, and the talent, you can build a homemade shotgun just like this one. All you have to do is go to gordsghostguns.com. There's a link below for more information. And I thank you for your time.
You don't even, I mean, yeah, the magazine part is like,
It's fun to shoot.
the magazine part is without a doubt the fanciest part there, but it also is my point. It's to prove my point that what the Russians are doing as an official military product can be done so much better with a trip to Home Depot and half the budget. That's the most metal magazine I've seen in a while. Yeah. You could. Well, look, he's using the Russian anti-aircraft shotgun. They have these. They're made out of failed anti-aircraft guns, which they have a lot of. There are so many better things they could be doing instead of taking a pipe and some spacers and shoving it down a grenade launcher. It's good to have a few rednecks around in a war. Yeah. I mean, all right. Let's say you have to do this, okay? I'm actually going to figure this out right now. Let's say you have to do notice how this failed gun is made from a previous failed weapon project that was scrapped from another even worse project. All right. So here's what you do. Instead of using the grenade launcher at all, we're going to take a properly sized and materialed metal pipe. We're not gonna weld anything. Instead, what we're going to do is we're just going to use a metal clamp to put a foregrip on it, okay? So this is a metal pipe with a foregrip, and on one end you could put the you put the shell in. We have now established barrel foregrip for a slamfire shotgun. Next, we're going to take a larger pipe that this slides in, like what he made. We're going to cut a slot for the clamp to go through so you have it properly angled and covered. And at the end of the pipe, we're just going to have we're just going to clamp and hammer and fold down a piece of metal with a nail sticking out the back. Okay? This can be clamped to any AK you want. You don't need the grenade launcher. It is a slam fire single shot shotgun. And if you absolutely need a safety, all you need to do is create a little piece of metal that you'll wedge up underneath it. Maybe use like some door locking bolts in order to keep the thing from sliding out. Though of course now you need to undo them whenever you take it out to reload. Congratulations, we have achieved the exact same effectiveness as the $100 as the $100 grenade launcher shotgun without a grenade launcher, and I would bet good money for a lot less. So basically what we're making is, yep, we're basically just making this front part. Okay? Without even all these extra neat things that he has put on. We're just making the front part and sticking it under an AK. Congratulations! You have done the same thing as this company is selling you. I am... Rant over. I can't. There, I have now designed multiple better shotgun designs than what the Russians used. Again, if this was something, if that was something that the Russians were making in the field, when, you know, as sort of desperate, not sure what we're doing, we gotta have a solution and we can't wait for the home base to figure it out type thing, I would be a lot more forgiving of the design. The fact that this is a company-made thing